Great song, Nancy Wilson. How glad I am to welcome. Do you see what I did there? Lindsey Stirling into the studio. I have a bone to pick with you, though, young lady.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I go on YouTube last night because knowing you were coming on, and I started watching one of your incredible performance videos.
Thank you.
And I got caught in one of those worms where you just keep going down, or, I'll just watch the next one. I'll just watch the next one. Hour and a half.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. They are brilliant.
Well, thank you.
And I'm not alone in doing that. Over 1.2 billion people have watched your...
Oh, wow. That's a big number.
That's a big old number.
Well, I'm glad your search didn't lead you to some strange cat video, you know. That's what happens to me a lot of times on YouTube.
That's what I was looking for in the first place.
You just accidentally let it on my channel.
We're gonna have a nice chat in the second hour, but you're going to play something for us now. Because you're performing tonight, aren't you, at Hammersmith?
Tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow night.
We reserved today just for you.
Giving, it's all you know. And it's what I love about you. Let's have this. Wait till you hear this. You're going to love it.
All right.
Lindsey Stirling.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's awesome. I'm a big fan now.
Oh,
I really am.
Thank you so much.
I really am. And as you say, you're now getting ready for your gig tomorrow in Hammersmith. Then you're over to Ireland.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you're going to Australia.
Yeah, we're jumping all over the place, keeping busy, getting some good jet lag, you know.
It's suiting you.
all the fun stuff.
I'm going to talk to you more about the show and the tours in the second hour. But thank you so much for playing that. You sound and boys, very nicely done.
Boys.
Very nicely done. There's a bit of lemon drizzle cake in there waiting for you, made by my own fair hand. That's all I do. Give.
Thank you.
Lindsey will be back later in the next. That's brilliant, isn't it? Rag and Bone Man and Skin. Lindsey's back in with us, Lindsey Stirling. Do you like him?
I do.
Do you know of him at all?
You know, I have to say, I just was listening to it now for the first time, and me and my band were like, "Who is this?
Yeah.
This is awesome!" I wrote down the name and everything.
He's just broken in this country and is about to go global.
Yeah, we're taking him back to the States for sure.
You can't have him. Talking about global, young lady. I mean, for you, this last few years has been incredible, hasn't it? It really has.
It has. It's been amazing, I started putting videos online, several years ago, and just on this thing called YouTube right before it got, crazy and it broke on YouTube. To go from being able to, not play for anybody in my hometown to now a few years later being able to tour the world is amazing.
So how did you decide that you were going to do this sort of electronic violin music? Was there an inspiration for it? How did you get into music?
Well, to be honest, I have played the violin my entire life since I was 6 years old, and I got burnt out. I'd been playing classical music. Right. I'd been, playing the violin the way it had been played for hundreds of years, and I just didn't feel like I could creatively express myself. And I didn't want to give it up, though. It had been a huge part of who I was, and so I thought, well, I'm going to just reinvent this thing. I'm going to find out where I fit in the violin rather than where, how the violin can just fit me. Right. And, it turned into this whole thing as I was just experimenting and trying to search for my passion. I found this whole,
Well, it's like performance
fusion.
Artist. You're a performance artist. You're looking on the YouTube,
on the tubes, as we call them.
And the videos are incredible. They're all telling stories. They're beautifully cinematic. You star in all of them, but with some
slightly egocentric, maybe.
And what I'm loving is the way that you link the playing with the dance that you do, because you're an extraordinary dancer.
Why, thank you.
Well, you are.
That was the more recent development. I wanted to be a dancer as a kid, but, my parents were kind of like, well, choose dance or violin. And so I'm a self-taught dancer. But yeah, I actually went to film school originally. That's what I wanted to be a director. And so the violin, it's basically I've been able to use the violin as my mode to combine all my hobbies, whether it's, playing dress up or making films or dancing. It's like I took all my favorite things and threw them into these videos that I started to make. And now I throw them into my shows and my performances.
So what are the live shows like? What do you do?
Oh, I love performing so much. And, really I'm like theatricality. And so I try to kind of fuse like this EDM feel. It's loud, it's bassy, it's got crazy light shows and like, video walls, but then at the same time, it's very theatrical with, some really pretty projections. And I have amazing dancers and choreography and costume changes and even some magic tricks.
So it's a real event, isn't it?
It's a show. I do my best to put on a show.
Put on a good show. I'm so pleased you did. I like that, you see. There's no point just standing there and having a fiddle, is there? You've got to get out and...
Yeah, we're gonna dance.
And musically, where do you go with it? Is it all your own stuff that you write? Or you do covers of things? You have singers? How does it work?
The show is, we do a little, just a cover section, like a little medley, you should say. One song of covers. But other than that, it's all original music. Some of the featured vocalists from my album, we have them, big version of them on the screen so that they can be part of the show. But yeah.
And you have worked with some extraordinary people, haven't you?
I've been very fortunate. I've worked with some people that I've just respected for years. Rivers Cuomo. I was a huge Weezer fan growing up. Christina Perri. I love her. So many people. Andrew McMahon. It was really fun to write, especially this last album, because I got to work with just incredible and very unique artists.
And you've had your knocks though as well. I was reading. Please tell me this is true. You did America's Got Talent?
Ooh, I did.
And what happened?
I think what you're going for is true.
Is that Piers Morgan?
Yes.
What did he say to you?
Well, Piers Morgan on live TV, he told me that I sounded like rats being strangled. Pretty nasty to say to some little...
That's so unlike Piers.
Little gal, right? He's looking at this girl who's going for her dreams. He's like, you sound like a bunch of rats being strangled. Oh, dang it. Maybe it wasn't my best, Piers. But I will say, actually, in the lobby out there, I got the idea. I guess Piers is in London right now, so I tweeted at him and invited him to my sold-out show.
Because he said you had no chance, didn't he?
He said I had no chance. So
you were unmarketable.
So exactly. So I said, hey, well, come check. Give me a second chance, Piers. I just want to prove it.
I hope he takes you up on that as well, because
I hope he does.
I love what you do. I really do.
I'll put an X on his seat. So he can find
and then press the button when he sits down. I am a proper fan, proper convert, and I didn't know of your work very much before. I think you're absolutely smashing.
No,
I really
thank you.
do. You are going to play a cover for us now, though, aren't you?
We are.
What are you going to do?
We're going to do some Adele. We're going to do Rolling in the Deep.
You can't go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong with
Take it away, Lindsay. Thank you, lovely. Beautiful. Such a plaintive sound. Absolutely amazing, Lindsay. Thank you. I've just had this come in. Michael, I have a question for Lindsay. My name is Emily Brett, and I love Lindsay so much. Oh. And could I please have a shout out? And Lindsay, do you name your violins? If so, what are they called?
Oh, yeah. So wait, this is Emily?
This is Emily Brett.
Emily Brett, hello. Thank you for joining us today. So I'm so glad to hear you're a fan. Thank you so much. And I do name my violins. The one I'm playing today is called Bushwhacker. It was actually named after a bull. I went to a bull riding competition in Dallas, Texas, in the South.
Did you win?
Oh, that's the best response I've ever had to that. Thankfully, I was in the stands watching, but Bushwhacker was the famous bull. So I named my violin Bushwhacker.
Oh, well, most of the show is bulls, so it's very nice that you brought Bill Bushwhacker. Thank you so much, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Next month's BBC Radio 2 pays tribute.